Republicans are distancing themselves from John Fitzgerald, a Holocaust denier from Concord who is running in November under the GOP banner against incumbent Democrat Mark DeSaulnier in the 11th Congressional District. Fitzgerald for Congress website. For the second time in as many months, Bay Area voters are receiving anti-Semitic robocalls promoting little-known Republican candidates for Congress who have been disavowed by the party. Robocalls that went out Tuesday promote John Fitzgerald, who was the only Republican among three challengers in the June primary to incumbent Rep. Mark DeSaulnier, D. Concord. Fitzgerald finished second with 23% of the vote to advance to the November runoff. It was easily the most racist political ad I've ever come across in the Bay Area, Robert Gammon, business development director for Telegraph Media, which includes the East Bay Express, posted Tuesday on Twitter. He said the call claimed Jews are taking over the world and must be stopped. Ad choice advertising and read invented by Teeds. It was unclear how many received the automated calls. On his campaign website Wednesday, Fitzgerald claimed he knew nothing about the robocalls until his wife received one and declared them an unauthorized smear against my campaign. He said the culprit was Road to Power, a video podcast for white nationalists linked to an Idaho man named Scott Rhodes. Fitzgerald said on his campaign website that Road to Power is run by a despicable, hate-filled person who dresses like a Nazi soldier and openly hates Jews. Rhodes was unavailable for comment, and his website indicated he has disconnected his phone and email. But while Fitzgerald's website states, "I do not share Road to Power's views," the GOP candidate's campaign site is filled with anti-Semitic entries such as last week's, "Why are powerful Jews pushing mass immigration and forced multiculturalism throughout the U.S.?" In Europe, in an email Wednesday afternoon, Fitzgerald said, "I believe in being honest about important although controversial or taboo subject matter and issues, and I do so with integrity, civility, decency, and decorum." The California Republican Party in early May publicly endorsed Fitzgerald automatically as the only Republican on the ballot, a process it is now changing, said spokesman Matt Fleming. But after questions were raised about his views, California Republican Party Chairman Jim Brulte issued a statement May 29 to eliminate any support for John Fitzgerald due to anti-Semitic comments he made recently, that he said, have no home in the Republican Party. Once we learned of Mr. Fitzgerald's anti-Semitic worldview in late May, we moved immediately to undo the unfortunate automatic endorsement, Fleming said. Because of this incident, we strengthened our vetting process. But it wasn't the first time the state GOP had to disavow an anti-Semitic candidate running under its brand. Patrick Little, of Albany, was among a host of little-known Republicans to challenge U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein's re-election in the June primary. His anti-Semitic rants about Feinstein prompted party officials to bar him from their San Diego convention in May. Later that month, robocalls promoting Little and linked to Road to Power, which has 11 subscribers, and Rhodes went out to voters. Little was eliminated in the June primary with just 1.3% of the vote. Under the state's top two primary system, Feinstein will compete in November against runner-up state Sen. Kevin DeLeon, a fellow Democrat. Matt Shoup, the chair of the Contra Costa County Republican Party, said the county party never endorsed Fitzgerald and declared him an unwelcome individual at their meeting Monday. "This guy's never attended a meeting, he's not part of our organization in any way," said Shoup, who's Jewish. "He does not in any way represent the values or positions of our party." Fitzgerald only registered as a Republican a couple of years ago and ran as a Democrat in congressional races in 2010 and 2012. "It's disingenuous to think that any of the people who voted for him knew about his views," Shoup said. DeSaulnier agreed. Congressman Mark DeSaulnier is photographed in his office on Monday, July 9, 2018, in Walnut Creek, Calif. Eric Crabb, Bay Area news group People Vote, R&D, and he's the only Republican on the ballot, DeSaulnier said. "The inference is people think it's okay and that's not the case. It's that they don't know." DeSaulnier condemned Fitzgerald's views as ugly, and said, "I'm not going to go out of my way to debate him." I hate to give him more of a platform, Desaulniers said. California isn't the only place where Republicans have had to repudiate anti-Semitic candidates claiming the GOP banner. They have disavowed Arthur Jones, described as a former leader of the American Nazi Party, who is running in the Chicago area's 3rd congressional district. In Wisconsin, the Republican Party kicked out congressional candidate Paul Nehlen, who is running for House Speaker Paul Ryan's seat, after Twitter banned Nehlen over anti-Semitic posts. But in California, RNC Committeewoman Harmeet Dillon blamed the top 2 primary system voters adopted under Proposition 14 in 2010 for candidates such as Fitzgerald finding their way onto ballots under the party brand. Before the top 2 system, parties could let only their own voters cast primary ballots for their candidates to ensure their best would represent them in the November general election. Under Prop 14, any clown of any nature can affiliate with either party, and there's nothing the parties can do about it, Dillon lamented. She urged anyone receiving the robocalls promoting Fitzgerald to not listen to them, and under no circumstances should they vote for this man. Sponsored content. What retailers can learn from Amazon. By the retailing behemoth Amazon continues to dominate the world of online retail, and in doing so, it's transformed the way we shop and buy. But you might also like North Korea activity at nuclear sites raises red flag. Nikkei Asian Review 1 o'clock. Toshiba harnesses the power of tech for a better. Toshiba APAC Malaysian reforms give economy ministry new powers. Nikkei Asian Review Malaysian ex-PM Najib's daughter Noriana Najwa says, Straits Times. It's terrible, stunned Federer feeling low after. Straits Times building a rock-solid relationship, Sabrina Ho.